All right. That was pre-dossier. Remember that name. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Since we're kind of running overtime right now, if anybody has something to say, could you keep it to a minute? And we will then move on to pass out the certificates and acknowledge our supporters. Anybody else want to come say anything? Got it? You all right? You guys are good. All right. Charles Williams. Time to
All right, just like, Coach said, Brothers in Transition is more than basically an organization. It's a group of positive mentors. Not only positive mentors, but positive mindsets. Before I get to going, can I ask all every brother mentor, alumni, please stand up for me. It's without y'all today, Brothers in Transition wouldn't have made it this far. 12 years and running. Recently, yesterday, as I was doing internet search, President Barack Hussein Obama literally stated that Brothers in Transition is the largest community organization that he's seen by far. Not only do we have positive mindsets, we have positive mentors like Coach Henderson, Mr. Williams, and so forth. The mentors that couldn't be here. But it's up to us to keep the road going. We go, like I said in the poem, we go down the road of life or we go down the road of distress. It's up to us. So if you only live once, you make that life of what you can.
Thank you, Carl. Does anybody else want to say anything real quick? Samson? You gotta hurry up, man. The seats like pews, man. Starting to squirm around.
Hi, I'm Samson. I just wanted to say, I first learned about the program when Coach came to me and started talking and telling me about it.
Do the mic.
It was fun. I'm gonna get there. You were rushing it to. Alright. Oh, my bad. He was telling me about it, and afterwards, I saw an opportunity to see bigger opportunities. So I joined. At first, before, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I got the opportunity to enjoy it. But I was telling myself, go ahead, I should try it. So I did. And it turned out, I really liked it and I enjoyed it. I learned a lot of stuff too. Things I already knew, but I still learned things that I didn't know. But even though I knew stuff, I never cut somebody off for explaining and acknowledging stuff, that education that nobody else knew. I'm not about to stop them from telling other people stuff. So I still continue to let them talk and learn stuff that I didn't know that I would love to learn. Because I like to learn, I love education. You can never know too much. And I got a chance to see places I never saw, meet people I never met. I got a chance to see the governor. I didn't even know who he was until that day. I got a chance to see him. And, it was fun. I went to Lansing. I never went to Lansing before. It was beautiful. I got a chance to go to luxury places, eat exquisite food, see nice places. It was fun. And like I was saying, I would love to continue to do this. And we had like people that charge other people like a lot of money to just come out and speak, and came and spoke to us for free. So that was a good pleasure. And we had that great opportunity. So I just want to say thanks.
All right, last, you guys, come on, hurry up. These will be the last two speakers, and then we'll move on with the awards.
How y'all doing? Hello? Okay. My name is Jaquan. I'm currently a sophomore at Michigan State University. My major is professional writing with a concentration in multimedia and digital. I graduated from Persian in 2010. I was class valedictorian, overall 3.8, and I had a 26 on my ACT. I was privileged to I was accepted into the Scholars Program my junior year, where I spent 7 weeks at Princeton University, and I did test-taking skills and just, you know, being the best that I can. And I say that because I wanted it, just like the young man before me said, you have to want it. I wanted it. And when I got to college, reality hit. My first GPA, my freshman semester was a 1.4. And I just say that I'm coming from like class valedictorian, you know, yeah, all these good things. I come to college and I got a 1.4. I was really like distraught. Like it was just like, what? I failed every single class, and I took 4 classes and I failed every one. And so, but I didn't let that, you know, bring me down. I still wanted to be the best. You know, I wanted to become valedictorian in college too. You know, I wanted to succeed. I wanted to do more. And so I took tutoring, you know, and I just worked extra hard, studied really hard, and now my overall is a 3.1. And it's going to be higher when grades come in, but like you said, you have to want it. And a guy once told me, in order to succeed, you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You know, and if you don't want to breathe, then that's just tough luck. You're not going to succeed. And I meet students who don't want it as bad as they want to party. They don't want it as bad as they want to sleep, you know, but sometimes you're going to have to miss sleep if you want to get ahead, you know. I came from a public school, and other students, there's so many, you meet so many different people, you know, and they look at me saying, okay, he's African American, he's come from a public school, he doesn't know anything, you know, he's not as smart, you know, but I didn't take that. I wanted to, even if it meant I had to study harder than the rest of the students, I had to do it. I had to stay up. Sometimes I didn't eat. Sometimes there were nights I didn't sleep because I had to do it. I had to do what I had to do to compete and to do well. And so I'm just saying that, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't pay attention to what no one else tells you. You know, if you want, you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. You know, and even if that means missing out on sleep, not eating, just do it, and you become the best. So that's it. Thank you.
Since I'm the last person, I'm gonna try to make it quick, but I don't know what's gonna come out. You say what? Like after sitting here just observing everybody and like paying attention to what everybody been saying, like I'm over here just sitting there thinking like, wow, this organization has just been like so good. Like it seemed like every year it get better and better and better. Like I'm just sitting over there to the side listening to everybody and how everybody's kind of saying the same thing, but you know, everybody have a different way of explaining things. Like, it's just, I'm just proud of everybody. I just want to let everybody know that I'm proud of them. Like, it's just a real good thing to do things like this. It rarely happens. Like, this stuff rarely happens. Like my little cousin, he just motivated me to do better. I'm older than him. I'm slacking. Like, dang. Like right now, I'm gonna admit it, I was in Wayne State. I got a job now, so I'm gonna try to gather my money and get back up in school, because school is very expensive. That's some things people don't understand. That school is very expensive. If you haven't went to college for yourself, you don't know, unless you've been to college yourself. So it's very hard to get into, it's very hard to maintain. You gonna have your struggles, your ups, your downs. It's just real hard. And like some of y'all was saying, like, you know, you gotta separate yourself away from the negative people and everything. Yeah, you do gotta separate yourself from negative people. But like if you see somebody that's going through something that's negative, try to motivate them, try to make them do something successful. You know, if you being real successful, you should try to share it and try to let them get somewhere too. Like, some people just get like real big-headed when they get successful, and they don't want to like show nobody how they got there. You know, I got a job at Chrysler. You know, I ain't about to help them get no job at Chrysler. I won't make the same money as me. Like, it's just, you know, you just gotta be positive. Like, I don't know what to really say. I'm just so, you know, happy for everybody. Like, this male mentoring group is just, it's been like a big change like in my life. Like each year, like it seemed like when you go through something and when you hear the positive messages, it makes you want to do better. Even though you might be already feel that you're your best, I guarantee you, everybody in here had something to think about. So when we all go home, I know everybody will think like, dang, that was a very good meeting. Like, it's gonna make you want to do something better, positive. You know, up your position, do something better. You know, everybody not perfect. It's gonna make you want to do something positive. It's just good to be surrounded by everybody today. Don't you agree? So I just wanted to give a big commitment to Mr. Henderson. You know, he's just been a real good, positive male mentor in the group of mine. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Lamont. All right, Lindsay, if I could ask you to come up, and we have a special guest when we pass these out. Ms. Treva Epps, would you come up for a second, please? Ms. Epps is Chief of Staff for State Rep John Alumba, and some of the guys made reference to the program getting better. Well, she was part of that experience this year, because she did help us get up to Lansing and take a tour of the Capitol. You know, and the guys didn't have to pay a thing. Matter of fact, where's Matthew at? Matthew was so in awe. We had to, he walked away from everybody. We had to go find him. Like, man, you know how far you are away from home? So, with that said, Ms. Epps is going to say a few words, and Treva, if you can read what the certificate says. And then we'll move on.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm very happy to be here. It's been a very busy day, and again, I'm very happy to have been able to put this into our schedule because it is very important. Mentorship in itself is very important to the representative, because that was, for the most part, that was one of the things that really helped us along the way to get into the seat where we are. He had a male mentoring program in the school he originally worked in, and it was just crazy because the thing is that I've always been involved in volunteering efforts, but long story short, you know, it's always one of those things you never really see it when you're in the middle of it, but a year later, sometimes 6 months later, 5, 10, 20 years later, it comes back, and it's you just really never know the impression that you leave. And I say that as a mentor, mentee, as well as your peers, you know, as a young man stated, you know, you really never know what it is that you say that will touch the heart of somebody that will plug in to what it is that they need at the time of. So I say, you know, congratulations, young men, for making it this far, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't make it to make it 2 weeks in, 5 months in, you know, a year in. And I say this from the perspective of having run a few mentorship programs and having friends doing the same. So I say congratulations. And I think you need to applaud yourself. On behalf of Representative John Alumba, I do apologize for him not being able to make it. He's in Lansing now. He had a few, well, it's been an interesting year to say the least, but, and a lot of things do come out last minute, but long story short, there was a very important vote that had to do with Detroit Public Schools that he wants to make a point to be there for, to try to fight against. It had a lot to do with, if I'm not mistaken, DPS taking out, you know, I'm gonna leave that alone, but I will say, it's a little longer, it's a little longer story, but I will say this, it didn't look all that great for DPS, and so that's one of his main agendas, you know, education and public education and great education within the neighborhood. He actually lives right behind Persian, you know, and so some young men from the school, actually some students, period, you might see them over on the track, you know, jogging around a few times. So with that being said, I would like to go ahead and read this. Oops. Okay, special commendation in recognition of accomplishment of the student's name. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And that's Jeremiah 29:11 from the Holy Bible. Let it be known that it is with great honor we, with the administration and faculty of John Jay Pershing High School, recognize your successful finish of the men's and transition program. These are milestones in journeys through life. These milestones are markers that define the points of progress and fulfillment of our divine purpose. Each individual is responsible for completing a life's task. As you move towards understanding your life's purpose, completing this program is a part of what supplies the foundation for the building evidence with your life's work. The foundation you've built is therefore ready to support the weight of the rest of your work in this lifetime. Through your belief in the Heavenly Father, we know that there are no coincidences. Your achievement was not luck, but preordained by God Himself. Celebrate this success and pursue your future endeavors with confidence that you have been well equipped and called to do excellent work in everything you put your hands to do. And special commendation, therefore this document is signed and dedicated. John Alumba, State Representative, the 96th Legislature of the State of Michigan, Thursday, May 23rd, 2012.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Lindsay. All right, with that said, we're gonna start with the certificates, and we're gonna do the adults first. So if your name is called, if you can just come around this way, and we'll pass you your awards, and we'll just keep moving along. One thing I want to say is thank you for your patience. We really appreciate it in this heat. So with that said, Lindsay.
Before we give the awards, I want to say thank you to Mr. Henderson. Everybody that got up and spoke today talked about making a difference, and I believe Mr. Henderson has made a big impact on everybody in this room and numerous of other young men. And so he don't get a lot of credit, so I want to take this time to say thank you to Mr. Henderson. You know, he was a guy 10 years ago when I came to Mr. Henderson's office, and you know, came with this idea. Like I said, it was just something because girls had a group, and he never second guessed me at all. He just said, "Hey, I'm down, and let's go." And from then, it's just got to this point. So I want to say thank you again to Mr. Henderson. We have Miss Shirley Birch. Mr. Ernest Taylor Jr. Mr. Trevor Epps. Trevor. Miss Audrey Henderson,
Have fun. Hello. Yeah, okay.
and is it Alethea? Aletha? Alethea, I said it right the first time? Alethea Henderson.
All right, now on to the guys. But before we get to the guys, mine actually has it for you. Cedric, could you stand up, please? Cedric Brown. Cedric got a certificate from Build On for participating in Clean the D, where we took a bunch of kids and some alumni members, and we cleaned up from Pershing down to Conant, up Conant to 8 Mile in Belmont Shopping Center. And we had quite a few young people this year. And for you guys who don't know, Tom and Shirley and Tammy Salisbury, who couldn't make it today, on that day, they cleaned up from on the east 94 to the west 275 across 8 Mile. So it's a big project, and we were fortunate enough to partner with the 8 Mile Boulevard Association and inspire some people from Pershing to come in and clean up their area. And since we've been doing it the last 3 years, the area has really started to shine. So for those young men, you know who you are, good job. All right, Jordan's not here, but he was here, he left. Matthew Harris, is he still here?
Yeah, he's in the back.
All right, was he eating cake back there or something? Yeah. All right. Next is Samson Harris. Samson's our sole senior this year, which is weird because we got a lot of ninth graders this year, but last year we had mostly seniors. So, good job, Samson. Corn MacArthur. We were hoping to have time to have Corn do the Barack Obama impersonation, but it ran kind of long. Thomas Moore. Good job, Thomas. Thomas is in the drum line, and he's going to be one heck of a musician. Next, we have Anthony Stone. Another musician. Good job, man. One of the things you'll find about these guys, they're in multiple organizations, and you may not have known it, but Lindsay, Torian, and Bobby set that standard, you know, when they first started out, because guys will come to me often and say that, well, I'm playing football, or, you know, I'm playing baseball, so I can't make it. I said, why not? I run an organization, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I coach volleyball,